with this video, we're going to introduce you to the mobile possibilities to create mobile apps with our Rapid Cloud development framework. So the first thing you have to do is create a new project. In my case, I created here a VMS project. Um, and we added a few features to the designer. For example, the in the designer here, we now have these buttons here where you can switch from desktop and mobile view. And if I click on the mobile view, then it will automatically render me a mobile emulator. And then I can just, log in as I would on the real device. I'll refresh. And this is basically the main menu on a mobile device. Now, if we have a look how we build this main menu, we use the same tiles control like we do on the desktop version. There's no difference. We just create menu groups and we create apps and we link them together. Exactly the same as we would do on the desktop version. The only difference here is that I have added an additional option, which is buttons. These are the buttons. And if I would switch to tiles and I would save that and I would refresh, then it will, show you back again the default tiles like we know from the desktop version. So in the mobile version, you have two options. You have the tiles and you have the buttons. But for me, I need the buttons in my example. So the navigation is a little bit different in a mobile application. So if I click on a certain um, group, then it will show me the subgroups or the apps if we are on the last level. And I can always go back with the back button. If I go to transfer, I will see the additional ones. And if I go to to-do list, I don't have any apps there. It's a direct app, so it will start the app. Um, okay. So basically, that's about it for the main menu. What I can tell you here is that these are, we can put here the quick links here. So you can specify which applications you want to launch directly here. The main menu is an application like all the others, but I've put it here. But I could also add additional apps which I want to start directly from these buttons. So it's not limited to just one button. I think we can go up to 4 or 5 quick link applications here on the bottom. This icon here will basically show you a list of started apps. As I mentioned, the navigation is different. You cannot launch the same application twice in this type of application. You can switch between the screens or the apps. And for example, if I would start the picking sales, then this is a started app. And then I will see here that the picking sales has been started. I can, for example, go back to main menu. I can start picking production, and then I can still switch back to picking sale or picking production. Or I can just close that one here and close that one here and go back. On the top right corner, I have the stuff which we all know. We can switch languages and we can switch companies. So within my VMS application, I can switch to another company if needed. So how to program a screen like that? Let's close this one and open the picking application. And as you can see, this is the picking screen. We have, as always, a form. And on the form, I have a title, which I can, translate. I have a barcode and I have a button here. This is the button, scan barcode. And I have the next button, which is this one, to go to the next one. Additionally, what we also have in the mobile type of apps is whenever you enter an incorrect value, we will have a notification, as we all also do in the desktop version, but this one is actually sticking. It won't leave until you click on it or until you execute it again. Let's say I'll scan another one and I execute it again, and you will see then it will leave, and then it will replace it by another error. So it's a bit different from the desktop. The desktop will disappear in number of seconds, and here we need it to stay, so you can also make the notifications stick. So as you can see, very straightforward, and the actions to the next app is again quite simple. In this case, I'm calling an endpoint, and from the endpoint, I do some validations, and then I can navigate to the next screen, or I can simply call here directly another app like we always do. Even in desktop, we will say open program, and I can start here some other application. For example, the picking details if I want. Let's save that. If I now refresh and I'll just click next, then this can be the next screen. So again, very straightforward. It's the same as desktop application, just in a different kind of a jacket with a little bit different navigation rules. Now, this one doesn't have a grid defined, this screen, but I do have an example here for my to-do list. And this is an example of a grid which you can make. And actually, this is a one cell row, which I divided through each HTML into an example like a title block, and let's say the an article, whatever field, lot code field, the description. Sorry, this is the quantity, the lot code, the description, maybe the warehouse and the location code. Because this is a VMS, this is just an example. And you can just, as you can see, use the grid, same as any other one. So if I open this to-do list, I'll show you how that looks like. Here's the to-do list. Again, we have a grid def, we have a grid data, nothing special for the rest. Full height, obviously, no label, and we have actions. So if you double click on something, you can, execute something, whatever with some attributes. Again, 100% same things, same controls, same options, same features as a desktop application, but you have all that possibility now in your mobile applications. Now, if we want to have a look quickly how this is done, it's again not that complex. It's pure HTML. I just did a quick and dirty example where I have specified some HTML style, a div. Uh, Actually, yeah, this is the layout of my columns, which I did. And I assign that to my columns data. So what you can do is work here with placeholders, where I just used hard code values everywhere. So 0, 1, this is the location code. So all these things you can use with placeholders. So this is your actual template for this cell, and you assign that to your data. Very similar to whatever other kind of HTML code which we add to any cell. And then here, what this is new, what you can do is you can simply build your own CSS style for your data grid or cell container, and you can specify it however you want, with the styles however you want. You can really, make sure you can build that. The only thing which you need to to respect is actually this control name of the data grid. So the name of the data grid has to be unique, otherwise we don't know if we have multiple data grids on one screen which CSS style matches to which data grid. So that's the only thing you have to consider, and all the rest is basic CSS, as you can see. And here in this one, you can then use the CSS style on the class. And if you then go to the grid data, in the grid data, I haven't done much here. I just said, okay, set cell attributes, and then I can put here my placeholder values if I need to. Like I said, I could add their location code, warehouse, article code, whatever kind of value depending on the row, because now I am actually in a dataset grid post row fill. So for every row, I could now populate it properly. If I really wanted to, I could also put all that HTML here, but it has a little bit bigger performance impact, although I don't think we have, let's say for a picking, I don't think we have more than 1000 rows, so the performance impact will still be small even if I put everything, the entire HTML actually here. So I think that's about it for the VMS or the mobile. You can build whatever application you want. Again, the same structure as a desktop application. Additionally, if you would like to run this and test this in your mobile device, in your phone or tablet or whatever, just hover over this here or click on that and you'll get a QR code which you can scan with your phone, and then you can basically run this on your phone itself to do some testing, or on some scanner, whatever you want to use it for testing. What you could also do is still execute with the portal. If you do that, then as you can see, it will still remember that this is the mobile view, and you can still navigate exactly the same way as you did before uh, on the little phone layout. And if you really want to, you can do F12 here and change the style or the size here to make it more realistic. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.